What's going on, bro? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
You hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Hello?
Hello?
What's going on?
I gotta click the mic in order for me to talk. You hear
Oh,
me
okay,
now?
okay. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
All right. Yep. Everything's good.
Okay. So that same link, the what you just gave to me,
Right.
how did you do it? You just sent it to me in a text, or did you have to use the email? Because we have to figure out how we're gonna be able to get like Wendy and Stefan back here.
So that link, how I did that is it says invite up to 10 guests. Copy invite link. Now I wanted to ask you, am I gonna be using your phone or my phone for this?
That's a good question. Um
Because remember, I have an
uh
Android. I think you might
I
have an
have it.
iPhone.
No, I got an Android.
Oh, so we both have Androids. So that's good.
Yeah.
So the same way you look at it is the same way I look at it. It's no different type of font or no different type of setup. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
Uh, so it's
Um
working pretty good right now.
and is there anyone that you let me see.
You want me? Cause
No, I'm trying to see if that we can get someone to because we're in demo mode, right? We're in demo mode or are we live?
Lord. No, we're
Huh?
live on demo mode. We're live on demo mode though. So I
Oh,
put it on
okay.
demo mode. You told me to, but it's still live. Like that's the reason you were able to. Cause remember, I'm on your account on all your
Right, right,
stuff.
right, right, right.
So the fact that you were able to go so quick, it should make it quick for everybody else.
Okay. So my thing is now because now people all they gotta do is just go to the social media page and they'll see that we're live, right? And then just click on
Right.
the live button.
Exactly. So that's the good thing about the restream is they don't have to log into a restream. They could just go on your Facebook, go on your YouTube, go on your
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, go on TikTok, and they'll be able to view it live on doing this
Hmm.
on restream.
So the next thing I want to do now is there a way that you can now um put the focus only on me so like I'm the only one on camera so I'm so when Dr. Stefan Scott when it's his
Right.
turn to speak like he's the only one on camera.
Yeah, so I would go like this. I would just turn off.
Oh, okay. All right. So you got that? You got to turn yourself back on.
Did you hear me at all though when I was speaking when I turned that off?
Nope, I know. No, I
So
didn't.
that's gonna make it easy for him when I'm doing all of this and you tell me, listen, turn your stuff off. I'm gonna turn it off the way I just did, and then he'll be the only one talking. The
And you
same
can
way
hear me. You can
I
hear me just now. You can
yeah,
hear me just
because I
now
was
when
like,
you shut yourself.
exactly. I was like, "Do you hear me, cuz?" And you was like, "You got to turn yourself back on."
Oh,
So
okay.
so
But
all I got to do is
but you
turn
could
myself off, and I could still hear
okay.
Doctor Stefan and you.
Okay.
So they actually
So
made it simple. All I got to do is turn my button off, so you could still see my face. It's gonna be black and white, but you can't hear me.
mhm. Oh, so there's no way that you could just feature the speaker. So in other words, nobody else is seen except the featured speaker. Because I
Yeah.
prefer
So
it that way.
right, all right. So I don't know if I could do that because listen, how I just did it right now. I turned my mic off, right? But my
Right.
screen went black and white, and you just heard yourself. But can you still see me when I did that?
No, all I can see was a black screen.
Good. So it's gonna be like that for him. When he want to talk, I could just turn my turn off, and then I know it turns off my mic, and like you said, it might take off my picture too because you said you couldn't see me once I did that.
Yeah, I couldn't see you. So
So that
okay,
means the
so that's
people only see him, and if you're on it, they'll probably only see you too.
okay.
So that's
So
perfect.
um
So that's good,
how so in order for you to capture the actual event instead of just talking to me.
right? Well, I would go like this. Look, put my screen hold on because I need to get a good view. What I would do is I would go like this. I would click on my screen, and then I would go to video, and then I would go like this, facing back. Now, when I go to facing back, now you see this, correct?
Right. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Seeing now we seeing the
Okay.
whole event. Welcome to the Taino organization event with Dennis.
Mm,
You
yeah,
get what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I'm going like
Okay, cool.
this.
Okay.
What I don't like because you want me to say the speech. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print out that paper. I'm there and I'm going live. I could say that and I could read it off the paper to the people who are watching the event, and then I could put the paper back in my pocket,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's it.
That's the plan.
So
Okay,
that's
so
a
then
smart way to do that.
so the only thing that's I think at this point I'm glad yeah, that's great, man. I think you got a handle on it. The only thing that we need to be now that we need to not practice but just know how the basically what they call a run a show is. My plan is, like I said, probably about a quarter to the hour.
Right?
That's when you're gonna come on and start letting people in, like letting people click in and seeing that you're live, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
when you're
fine.
gonna that's when you're gonna let Wendy and Dr. Stefan Scott on the back end. Because the plan is that we're gonna start this at exactly 6 o'clock, right?
Now listen,
Because be- be-
when Wendy and Dr. Scott come on, should I say the speech then, or should I wait until a lot of people log on and
no,
then
no,
say this?
no, no, no. You're gonna wait probably till about 10 to. Right? You're going to come on at a quarter to, but maybe a 10 to, maybe 7 to, right? Just give yourself enough time to get yourself in order and make sure that we're straight. But
Right,
that's when about 10 to or 7 minutes to the hour, that's when you're going to say, hey, welcome everybody. The speech that I just gave you, welcome everybody, blah, 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 blah. Here are the house rules, this and that. This is what's going to happen, blah, 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 whatever. Stand by. In the next few minutes, we will be going live, and then you'll know when we're about to start because you'll hear me speak, or you'll see what's going on. You're going to be at the event anyway. At that point, um you're gonna turn back the camera on and go live, and then you're gonna have the camera facing whoever's speaking at the event. The event, what I mean. You can, you might can even get you know prior to the actual event, you might can even just try to be, if you come in at a quarter to, and Dr. Stefan and everybody's there on time and there's no issues, then you can do your speech immediately. And then you can just maybe even just say we're going to be going live in a few minutes, and just kind of pan the room so people can
yeah,
see, like, maybe the setup. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
But
I want to
yeah,
do
but
something like that. You know,
yeah, but what I mean, so just kind of pan the room and say we're about to go live. We're still working. We're still setting up a few last minute things to make sure that the event goes smoothly. Thank you for joining. Blah blah blah, and that's it, right? For now, they get to see like the room a little bit, and then, like I said, once we go live, then you turn the camera around to the actual live event, to the event, whatever's happening, whoever's speaking, whatever's going on, and that's when you're going to be there quietly.
right?
Follow the rules that you said, like, what I mean, like, you're just basically videotaping the event, so everybody can see. And then in your speech, you're going to say the thing about questions, so everybody will know that if you have any questions, you put them in the chat. Wendy is going to be there to recapture the information for questions so we can answer them later. Dr.
Right.
Stefan knows that if a question comes up that he wants to answer, he can answer it in the chat, or he can answer it verbally. Um,
Beautiful.
preferably in the chat, and that's it. Um, and yeah, and that's basically it. And then when it's time for Dr. Stefan, I'm gonna, you, I'm gonna send you the run of show, so you'll see, when it's turn to speak. And then at that point, you're just gonna turn um, I'm going to say, Carlos, turn it over to you or something like that. And then, I'll say, welcome everybody to Dr. Stefan Scott, and he'll be on camera.
All right. Sounds good. Now,
Okay.
I already see the option where it says privately talk with the host and other guests. So that's good. So I'll be, if
Oh,
anybody
okay.
wants to talk, they could talk with me and the other guests. Um, I have a thing where I could even type "Welcome to my stream." Like, if I wanted, like, I could just copy and paste what you sent me and put it to the "Welcome to my stream," and now they. I still rather, speech. I'd rather say it, add that. That way, if people didn't hear the speech, now they could read it when they log on to the stream. They could see, okay, welcome to the Taino stream, blah 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 blah. So we have a lot of good ways to go about this, and it's a good app. So right now it says live 10. You got the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So it look good to me. The fact that you can hear me and everything, that means when it's time to go live there, when we're at 6 o'clock, and I log on to this app and on your over here.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be we're gonna be on their Wi-Fi. So that's
All
I
right.
mean, hopefully they have a strong Wi-Fi signal. But
All
yeah,
right.
I think you got it. I think you got it down, cuz. I think you got it down, man. I like the fact that you're doing your homework, man, and you're figuring out the whole platform itself. And then, it's a pretty cool platform because it hooks up to all your social media at one time.
I like it. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
really heard,
So
but
what I'm
yep,
thinking is I'm wondering, does it even matter? Like, because wherever it is, whether you use my phone or not, you're logging in as me, right? So
exactly right.
um so it doesn't matter which phone you use, you're logging in as me, so it'll automatically be connected to the appropriate platforms.
My phone, but now this is my question. Am I gonna be sitting somewhere where I can have my space where, like somebody would have said, oh, do you have a tripod or something like that? But like obviously I know you're gonna have Julius walking around taking pictures. You're gonna have me doing live. You want me to pan out the whole room. Is there somewhere I'm gonna be able to sit where I could be like have my phone plugged into a charger. That way we know my phone will not die for the whole event. Even if my phone is on 100, if I'm just going live on Restream, you need to strain the battery a little bit. Is there somewhere I could sit where I could still pan the whole room out and get everything live in its entirety and crispy clear?
So um I'll have I don't want you to have your phone like holding it in your hand. I think that's probably how you're doing it right now, the same way I'm doing it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. I have one of those phone things, like when people are doing a phone. So it's like a little. Your phone will be on a stand. This way, you won't be actually holding the phone, and make sure that your fingers don't get in the camera. None of that. So you'll be doing that. So my preference is that you're gonna need you to move around the event to capture, you know, to capture the essence of the entire event, if that makes sense, right? And then maybe even occasionally give a different angle of the speaker, right?
Right.
So my preference is that you remain mobile, but
Okay.
as far as phone charging, I have one of those portable chargers that if your phone starts to die, you can just hook it up into the portable charger, you know. But of
Okay.
course, there'll be a place for you to sit. If you get tired, you want to sit and just pan the camera, whatever, you could do that. Just make
Right.
sure. I guess the main thing is to always make sure you're at your camera is going to be pointing at the main stage where the speakers are speaking.
Exactly. So that's like, listen, I'll sit like when it first start, I want somewhere where I could sit and just pan the whole room. I could zoom in, zoom out. That's a good thing. Like, let me try it right now.
Well, we're
Since
gonna be
since
there early. We're gonna be there early. So we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there setting up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're gonna have plenty of time to sit and actually walk the space. We can make arrangements to make sure that, okay, this is where you're gonna be seated. This is your seat. So when the event starts, if you're gonna do, that's where you'll be seated. So you can do that. So we have. I mean, it's our event. So we have carte blanche with the venue, and we can designate where you're gonna be.
all right, beautiful. So we could pan out the area first, wherever the main person is speaking on the stage. I could be like, you know what, I should sit, and we could catch everyone on stage at the same time. Like you said,
Mhm.
still be moving. I could still get up and then show the whole crowd like this. You get what I'm saying? and then
Mm-hmm.
zoom in on whoever's speaking like this. You get what I'm saying? And then,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure it's good. Like, so if we know the speaker's gonna be here, I want an angle where I know I'm all the way where I have them and it's looking crispy clear. While he's speaking, this whole event is being caught. And now everybody's clapping. I could go like this. Yay! Round of applause. You get what I'm saying? And then boom,
Mm-hmm.
to where the
Mm-hmm.
event is at. So you see my vision, right? Cuz I just want to make sure
Yeah,
it look clean.
yeah. I'm just like I said, my whole thing is like I want to limit the virtual conversations. Like you said, if you're gonna because I want everyone's focus, including yours,
Right.
to be on the actual event.
Ex-
So you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
I'm
That
with
that
you. I'm
that
100%.
and that so
100%.
that's the main thing. If like you said, if there's
Look, the
gonna
TV
since we
event, I want the
say
I
what?
want the if the TV, right? You see my camera angle? If this is the event, right? I want
Mhm.
this to be like this. And when everybody's walking, I want them to still have the focus on the event like this. So now
Okay.
everybody starts clapping, right?
Hmm.
Audience. Now we go to the audience now.
Right.
Understand? And
Yeah.
now it's
Yeah.
back to the event. Now it's back to the event now.
Right. Right. Got it, bro. I think, but we're, like we'll on the day of when you're here because you're coming that Wednesday night, so we can
Yeah.
even still mess around Wednesday night, and then the
Okay.
next day when we get there early, we'll be able to walk the space and we'll be able to get a better grasp for where you need to be, how it's gonna, you know what I mean, all of that,
All
right?
right.
And since you already know now how to privatize the privatize it so you can talk quietly without interrupting the event. You know what? I don't even want to give that option. I don't want to give that option because then, like I said, the bottom
No,
line is,
the option I was
huh?
telling you was a chat like where they could text and they could leave comments like YouTube. Like when you see it, like tonight is Usyk,
Hmm.
heavyweight boxing fight. Usyk is fighting tonight,
Right.
right? When
Hmm.
on the live preliminaries, they have a live chat where you could text me. It's not like you're talking to me, but you could still
Hmm.
put comments
Yeah.
and I can reply to you. So we have that option. I'm letting you know we
Oh,
have
okay.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
So they
and
don't
Wendy
have
and
to
stuff.
talk.
Yeah. So Wendy and Stefan will be able to see that chat as well and partake in it. They're on the
Exactly. And
back end.
whatever questions
Okay.
you can leave
Okay.
comments
That's
and she
cool.
can grab.
That's cool. That's what's up. All right, man. Well, yo, man, I appreciate it, bro. And you're doing a great job, man. I like it. I think that you really got the hang of the platform. That was the main thing for all of this. I want to make sure that you really understand the platform because I don't have the time to learn it. I'm doing too many things.
Yeah, I
You
like it.
know.
It's really interesting. And, I wish I
Okay.
would have knew about this app sooner. I'm like, wow, this would have made a lot of stuff go up. But the main thing is that we know about it now, and it's helping everything that you're trying to push, and that we're trying to
Okay.
push for the people. It's good,
Okay.
man. I'm all for it.
All right, man. Well, yo,
Now,
I'll see you. Go ahead.
yeah, one day I'm gonna try to come in like the afternoon because
Okay,
it's like
that's
a
even
3 hour
better.
drive, man. So
That's even
I'm gonna
better.
try to yes I can, cause
That's even better. That's even better.
got you.
All right, Carlos. Thanks a lot, bro.
Love you, man. And I'm
All right,
here,
love you too.
man.
All right, man.
All right, you
Appreciate